Okay, we are live. There we go. All right. Well, it's been a little bit since we've brought any action here to the channel, but here we are, and we are ready for something new, something exciting, and a very, very lovely project that Joshua Mercurio and the NNSCRA are putting on here. It is the NR2003 Sandbox Series, a series dedicated to showcasing different track makers and their creations. Um, as it says in their mission statement, which if you check in the description down below, basically, of the thousands, tens of thousands of tracks that have been made for this game, there are some very talented people behind them, and this series is meant to showcase them and provide some exciting racing on said tracks. Tonight, it is a creation of a couple gentlemen in the community, Robbie Gilvin and Cole Mather. Bluegrass International Raceway, 2.275-mile road course, 12 corners, and a good mix of high and low speed sections. This should prove to be a very, very interesting race. 28 laps are on tap here, and even with a small field of a few guys here, I think that we're going to see some good racing out of them. And we'll see how, of course, that will go down. 2x on the pit frequency, so we should have probably a pit stop in there, if not two. I should have clarified what the fuel window was. I did no such thing, which was my fault. But hey, we've uh, we've been out of the game for a little bit since the finale of the Hobo race. We were supposed to bring continued coverage of Prime Time and some other stuff, but unfortunately, that ended up falling through at the time. And to anyone that's watching right now, the honest truth is that was a combination of the technical problems that I was having with this laptop. Hopefully, everything is resolved there. But the other truth is, yeah, there was a lot of personal matters going on behind the scenes that I would rather not go into on the broadcast here. But hey, we're here to just have some fun tonight. Bring some coverage, see how it goes as well. I mean, this is the Sandbox Series. We're going to be showcasing this track, but at the same time, I'm testing out how things go technically, and just kind of feel it out and see how things go down. So we got everything pulled up here. Qualifying currently underway, but a little bit of a backstory here on this track and this beautiful, beautiful track at that. Man, what a great layout that this is. A very well put together track, very beautiful track, even just from a graphic standpoint. Really well done. So I think I'm gonna let the man or one of the co-creators of this track kind of do the talking here. We've got a little message here from Mr. Cole Mather himself on kind of the thinking behind this track. If anyone wants to take a listen.
So Robbie and I were in a voice call with some friends, and he sent me a rough layout for the track, and I could kind of picture where he was thinking on the elevation and how it would be. So I thought it was interesting, so I plugged it into, a quick rough draft into Sandbox, and it was kind of fun to drive. We had a few friends run it with us, and they put in some criticism here and there on where to improve it, and so we kind of took off with that. Most of the layout and small details didn't take too long, really about maybe a month or so, just like an hour a night or whatever. The real issue is getting everything to work properly, what with, Sandbox and NR being as specific as they are. And I actually ended up rebuilding the entire track from scratch to get it to work right. My favorite corner is the turn 4 and 5 complex, which Robbie calls the black hole and event horizon. Turn 4, or the black hole, is a long uphill sweeping right-hander that's high throttle percentage. Into turn 5, the event horizon, is a tight 90-degree left turn at the top of the hill right as it levels off. It's a pretty tough to get it right, but it's so satisfying when you do. And then different from my other projects. It's the first one I really worked on with someone who was also going in and opening Sandbox, so it just felt so much quicker because there's less specifically that I was doing.
So that was the voice of Cole Mather, again, one of the co-creators, Robbie, that he was referring to there, Robbie Gilvin. I like that the black hole on the event horizon there in turns 4 and 5. To kind of give a rough idea of the layout, you will see a picture of the layout in the corner of the overlay here for the stream, so you'll get a bit of an idea. But basically, turns 1 and 2, a fairly high-speed chicane, goes left, right. And then a hairpin turn 3, and then a little bit of a straightaway before you get into, yeah, the turn 4 and 5 complex, which is a long sweeper, very, very high speed. And then hard braking into turn number 6 as a left-hander. Turn 7, a little kink of a left-hander then. There's actually a lot of left turns going on at this track here, which, if I'm not mistaken, means that we are actually going counterclockwise, unlike a track like Sonoma or Watkins Glen. But anyways, yeah, turn 7, little kink toward the top end of the course. Turn 8, another little sweeper, and then a little kink at turn 9, a little right hand kink, and then the high speed turn 10 leads you to yet another kink in turn 11, and then the final less tight hairpin in turn number 12 brings you to the front straightaway. Lap time should be averaging probably within the 1 minute 20-second bracket. Qualifying has concluded though, and for only 5 drivers, it's going to be a very competitive race. And if anything, these lap times really prove that. The top 2 in qualifying separated by only 600ths of a second, with Anthony McCurry on the pole position. Jonathan Peavy will be next to him in the number 7 with a 1:16.796 to McCurry's pole time of 1:16.737. RJ Bishop in car number 17, Nick Gunther in car 55, and Joshua Mercurio will round it out in the number 11. Any of these guys, I feel, could be capable of winning this thing. Of course, it's a track that you don't see very often, so these guys are going to be in for a challenge in that regard. And just to add to the challenge, PTA physics, which is kind of the equivalent of, yeah, like sports car, IndyCar, somewhere along those lines. That's the physics model that we're running, so you don't see that very often. And then you also got, pardon me, you also got open setup just to throw another loop into things here. So that's going to be pretty crazy. A lot of these guys are running Canadian Tire setups that came for PTA physics. So we will see how that will affect these guys. And as a matter of fact, let's actually get some live pictures here real quick. And this way you guys can actually see the course. It's actually perfect. Nick Gunther is pulling out on track right now. We'll be able to have a bit of a look. So that is 1 and 2 that he just went through right there. Oop, they actually kicked you to the race. Okay, perfect. 8:40 was the expected race time, so that works out beautifully. And as you can see, a bit of an unusual mod that we're running as well. This is a new sports car mod from 2023. So in addition to the lesser used tracks, we've got some different mods to play with. So it's going to make things pretty exciting and fun here. And oh, would you look at that? A standing start, no less. Oh, that is awesome. Green flag flies immediately. We are racing. That was cool. Oh, already a spinner and upside down. Oh my goodness, that's a flip there. That's Peavy. What an introduction. I was gonna say, yeah, that's a re-rack written all over it. Again, there is a championship, but at the end of the day, these guys are just gonna have some fun, and we're gonna get to show off some awesome racetracks in this series. Let's re-rack them and let's try that again. So the field grid's up. Let's get a proper shot of it this time. I was not prepared for that standing start. So here you go. You sit, you wait. You don't jump the start like McCurry just did, but that's okay. There it is. That is so cool. Oh, McCurry just, the thing spun it. And that's 0 for 2 for Jonathan Peavy, unfortunately. But we continue on for the time. Well, actually, no, we're not. Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Uh, too good. You can tell these guys are just having some fun.
Drivers, to your cars.
Can't blame them. That's what we're here for. Let's have some fun. Hopefully, we'll get a cleaner start this time, though. It looked like that was McCurry getting sideways on the wheel spin and wasn't able to save it. Let's see what happens this time. Server glitch. There we go. Oh my goodness. What a start for Gunther. All right, let's get through this cleanly this time. Oh, that's not clean for RJ Bishop. Round he goes, but yep, that's 1 and 2. Here's turn 3. Tight hairpin. And then onto this little straightaway, and then coming up to the black hole, turn 4. What's this? Get her down to about 130. Through 5 and into 6. Ooh, a little wide there for Gunther. That's turn 7. And then more braking here into turn 8. McCurry to the lead. We believe this should be turn 9 coming up next. And then 10. Kink at 11. It's a little bit of a hump. And finally turn 12. And again, McCurry runs a little bit wide that time, but 3 cars still up here with it after the first lap is complete. Anthony McCurry retains the lead, but after a great start for Nick Gunther, gets him into second. And Jonathan Peavy looking a little cleaner this time. Just sticking with these guys in third at the moment. Josh McCurry and RJ Bishop a little ways back at the moment after their first lap calamity. Now you just settle into a rhythm and do what you can. And get these things to that pit stop. Which it looks like it should be a one-stopper. When I hopped on and off track, my F3 said 22 laps. I don't know how PTA physics may play into that. But I would be willing to wager it is probably at least 16 laps. Because these guys are going to be off the throttle a lot more than you would at a track like Watkins Glen. And if you do see any server lag, that is probably from the fact that we are running on Radman. It sometimes isn't the most stable. But it's what we needed to use tonight. And, oh goodness, yeah, there it is on full effect. Ooh, McCurry, hold on there. Out of the chicane. Gunther hounded him, almost gives him the bumper. Peavy will give him the bumper, though. And sends a 55 for a 360. I don't think that's going to go down too well. And Peavy just races on. But McCurry, though, now without a challenge. Peavy's slowing down now. Yeah, good call. Gentleman move there. Let the 55 back by. That allowed both the 11 and the 17 to get quite a bit closer to them. and possibly put them back in this. They both run wide into the grass. And now the 55, that was a spin on his own. And it did not take long for the Knights to turn ugly. It was such a great start on that standing start. And that's Mercurio this time. Mercurio, rather. The Blues in it through the chicane. That is a very, very high-speed chicane. And it is very, very tempting to just send it in there full bore. And that's kind of what Mercurio did there. And unfortunately, a little bit too much send on that one. And promotes RJ Bishop to third. Well, everybody's had a moment in this race except car number 61. Anthony Mercury out in front. And having just run a 16.7 that last lap. And everyone having the problems behind him. He gone. He gone, as they say. We can only lap 5. Still a ways to go. RJ Bishop in the 116s that lap with the 16.9. PB from second after running 16.6. And this is not a track that these guys have a whole lot of experience on. Aside from whatever practice laps they were able to get in tonight. Yeah, everybody in the 16s that lap pretty much. But then it all goes downhill, and that's how easily it can go downhill. Look at both the 17 and the 55 running wide. And here we go. For a second, Gunther backs out of that. It's really what's going to come down to. Speed is not going to be quite as relevant as just not making mistakes because all these guys are so even as far as what they're capable of on the speed chart. Just all boils down to keep it on the racing surface and keeping that front end in front of the wing. Yeah, look at these things. They look awesome. Curry is long gone at this point, 14.5 seconds clear, and that is because, well, he's the only one that hasn't been off track yet or had any kind of a spin. Oh, it sounded like another one, and that's Peavy again. See how it breaks himself and ends up off track. Anytime that you're running at a road course that you're not 100% familiar with, overdriving it is so easy to do. Because if you miss your braking zone by all of a couple feet, you are going off the track like you weren't even hitting the brakes at all. Tell you what, though, this battle for second is still mighty close. RJ Bishop in that purple 17 Ford, and Nick Gunther, the NNSCRA car, the 55. Here we go. He's going to get him this time. Or maybe not. Preferred lane for the 17 through the hairpin. Oh, a little warp there. Big warp. And that's going to cause some net code, and that's going to send the 17 spinning. That was net code 100%. Yikes. And now Gunther runs wide. Man, Anthony McCurry's missing out on so much action back here. He's probably perfectly fine with that. There's a lockup there for Nick. But just like that, Mercurio, the man who's putting this deal together in a big way, now finds himself P2. After him and RJ Bishop were some of the first to find trouble. Although that's the case for now, Nick Gunther, I mean, we've seen him in a number of different races always be one of the better guys, and these road courses tend to usually suit him pretty well. So I would not be surprised to see the same for him as far as just the raw speed. Again, it's just a matter of keeping it on the darn racetrack. Easier said than done. Here we go. Curio a little bit wide, side by side, and I believe this is turn 9. Really getting a lot of that curb. Actually kind of upset the car. And Josh holds on to it for now. That was turn 8, rather. That was 9, 10. Here's 11, and here's 12. And both guys really, really sending it there. And kicking out the back ends. Something else to note about these PTA physics. They don't max out at 10,000 RPM. They max out at about 8,000, I believe. Somewhere in that ballpark. Instead of your usual 4 gears in a stock car, these things have 6. So these guys are shifting a little more often than normal as well. But in theory, the PTA physics will also give you a lot more downforce, a lot more grip. It's just a matter of nailing your braking points. Anthony McCurry is nailing a lot of his braking points. His last lap, a 1:16.513. So obviously tire wear not playing too much of a factor here either. Through the final corner there to start lap number 10 for the 61. RJ Bishop is up to the short pit. Yeah, we're just kind of keeping an eye right now on the 11 and 55. That's where the things are at their spiciest at the moment. Let's get some different views here. Yeah, look at them send it through 1 and 2 here. That is awesome. Oh, and not a good awesome there for Josh. Nick's gonna clear him. But if Josh can get the power down, might still be able to fight with him a little bit. Birds aren't real. I just noticed that billboard. But again, though, just looking at this track in general, the construction of it, the layout is fantastic. It's a unique enough layout. Oh, goodness gracious, Nick. It's like, who wants runner-up? Neither of them. It is still game on with these guys, but yeah, just the layout of the track, the graphics are really well done. I could easily see this being a premier facility in real life. This track is fantastic. So major props to both Robbie and Cole on what they've been able to accomplish with this. And hopefully anyone that is tuning in or watching this back is indeed entertained by what they're seeing and may want to give this track a try. I want to. Just watching it. This place looks fantastic. Ooh. Through the black hole. Here we go. Side by side just about. Preferred lane for the 11. That's only going to last for so long. Return 6. There's 7. Maybe break it in turn 8. Nick's going to try and outbrake him, but not going to work. And this is all for second. Anthony McCurry is like half a lap ahead of these guys. Oh, Josh somehow still kept it on the track. But, oh, that's not going to work there. Almost contact. And Nick once again gets clear and takes that position. Man, these guys are hammering it out. A lot of fun. I feel like if Nick can just keep that thing under him, he should be in pretty good shape to keep that. And, oh, that's not going to help Josh's case as he runs wide. With a hairpin turn 3. RJ Bishop a lap down at least. 21 seconds the gap. Anthony McCurry from pole position lost the lead on the first lap, but retook it on the same lap and has not looked back. And like I said, there's one reason for that, and that is he is clean, consistent. Any little errors that he's had have not been catastrophic. Like there was one right there, but he doesn't even need to be pushing hard at this point. Jonathan Peavy running 4th right now still. He's kind of doing his deal. He's about 8 seconds behind these two. And Nick Gunther's starting to pull away from Joshua Mercurio. I have 13 of 28 here at BIR. For anyone that is interested in checking out this series and some of the upcoming events, it is running once a month on a Saturday. There is a link in the description to the Discord that you can join. You'll be able to find all the resources there as far as what dates are looking like these guys will be running. And then also the ability to submit tracks that you may want to have featured here in this series and get your name put out there. Or if you just want to race, you can sign up there as well. So definitely check out the Discord. Again, the invite is in the description. Any questions would go to Joshua Mercurio. He is the one that is putting on this deal. And is right now running 3rd in that green NNSCRA number 11 sports car. And he's pitting. Short pitting. Alrighty. Saw RJ pit already. Anthony Mercury at this point has enough of a lead that he can pit and probably still stay in the lead. Jay Bishop off the track again. So I'm mainly going to be focusing on when Nick pits here to see if he's going to go another lap or not. If he does, then that means that, yeah, we're pretty safely into the one-stop territory. Josh may have put himself in a bit of a bind. We aren't too far away from lap 16 either. We're starting lap 15 right now for the leader, Anthony McCurry, who has still stayed out. But I did not announce this to the guys, but I was planning on this. And on lap 16 would be a lap of silence. And I think if you're a NASCAR fan, you know why. To those that aren't, Greg Biffle drove the number 16 for, I think, his entire career when he was in the Cup Series. A picture of a lot of our early days of watching NASCAR growing up, I'm sure, for anyone that is in my age range. And while he wasn't my favorite driver, it's definitely, it hurts to see someone that he grew up watching and has done some incredible humanitarian work, to my understanding. To see him taken so suddenly like that, and especially in an aviation accident, as an aviation fan myself, all of that just hits home, on top of so many other things. So, as we take lap 16, we say Godspeed and pay tribute to the Biff, Greg Biffle. Godspeed to Greg Biffle and his family, for that matter. That's a rough deal. As Anthony McCurry brings it down pit road for his one and only stop of the race, and Gunther remains on the racetrack. So I guess I was wrong about the whole Anthony pitting and being able to get away with it. But that will at least temporarily give Nick Gunther the lead. As long as Anthony McCurry didn't speed and keeps it clean on his out lap here, he should be in pretty good shape. Josh McCurry, remember, already pitted. Jonathan Peavy, I do believe, has not... Actually, based on his lap time, I'm pretty sure he probably pitted last lap. Scoring is going to be taking some time to update here. And again, though, tonight is not so much about the racing or points or finishing position for these guys. It is putting on a good show and showcasing this incredible track that a couple of guys put together just as an idea, and it has come out absolutely beautifully. And again, mad props to both of the guys that made this happen, Robbie Gilvin and Cole Mather. Nick Gunther still remains out on the racetrack. 11 laps to go here in this 28-lap event. So Nick will inherit the lead properly this time for the time being. Right, he's going to be hoping for some good fortune. Josh Mercurio, meanwhile, trying to lay down some good laps to see if he can undercut that number 55. Both guys should be good to make it to the end at this point in time. Referring to both him and the 11. The 11 just short pitted by a bunch to try and see if he can even close in. However, their lap times are looking pretty darn similar. If anything, Josh may still be a little bit off. So one thing definitely note about this track, tire wear, not much of a factor at all. Nick continues to stay out here. 10 laps to go. And still laying down good consistent laps. That's a 17.0 that he just ran. Last lap was a 17.1. Of course, also very Very telling of the talent behind the wheel, that number 55. Anthony McCurry, though. Oh, that's the wall. That's not going to help things. Not that it matters when you run a 15.9 your previous lap. Yeah, definitely overcooked it there. And yeah, I guess that shows fresh tires do at least mean something. Or McCurry's just got this track figured out better than anyone else. Go for Jonathan Peavy up the road there. Peavy got into Gunther earlier on in the race here. And Gunther's still staying out. So maybe that 22 lap fuel window was accurate. Yeah, PTA physics, they don't quite get as high on the RPMs, but I don't know exactly how that affects the fall off like you would normally see in, say, a CTS race. Oh boy. Well, these guys got into each other once already, but damn, with PB being a lap down, that would have been 10 times worse. You race a guy for position, you spin him out. That's not good, but oh boy, you get into him when you're a lap down. That's not well looked at, that's for sure. Over the hump there, turn 11, turn 12 for the, or yet another lap, and here comes Nick. Final driver to pit. Lap 20 coming to 21, so coming to 8 laps to go. Here comes McCurry through turn 12. And it looks like she'll get this lead back no problem. Mercurio back on pit road. He's just sitting there. Uh-oh. What has happened here? Oh, it blew up. I think. Going down the front stretch. Engine revved up and dead silent. Yeah, this is lap 19. Wow. That Camaro is dead silent. And him and Nick were having such a good fight throughout the race. I would have been curious to see if Josh would have been able to have closed it all, but unfortunately, that is going to be a DNF for Joshua Mercurio. What a bummer that is. Some of that servo lag there. Anthony Mercurio, though, has just got to cruise his way to victory. Ooh, that's PB around again. My internet's really not happy right now. Ooh, Mercury. Yeah, don't want to bin it at this point. I mean, heck, dude, you got a 13-second lead, 14-second lead. The lead actually shrunk quite a bit from where it was at one point in the race. But still, well in the double digits. Mercurio's still sitting there, hoping for something good to happen. I don't think RJ Bishop's out there anymore either. He retired a while ago. Didn't even notice that. Anthony McCurry taking 6 laps to go here at Bluegrass International. Wait, what? I just ran a 127. Oh boy, that gap is down to 3 seconds. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. What the heck happened? What the heck did we miss? It worked out for a moment. Turn 8. You looped it in turn 8. Under braking. You don't see that too often in NR2003. Wow. Okay, this could be game on then. That's the first major mistake we've seen Anthony make. We saw him hit the wall, of course, but that was almost negligible as far as how much that affected him. And now he's got to be thinking, uh-oh, I better not do that again. And Nick's going to be licking his chops here. 5 laps to go, and 2 of the faster guys tonight.
User joined your channel.
Separated by only, what have we got that time? 3.3 seconds. As yet the 11 has officially retired. The 7 is also out. He decided to call in the night after ending up in trouble. As, man, we only got 2 cars on the track, and they're actually way closer together than I thought they would be. Josh has climbed out of his car and has jumped up here in the booth with me.
Hey, Andrew, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry that it ended for you that way, man. You and Nick were... that was fun to watch there for a while.
Yeah, we were having a good battle and lost fourth, so I went down pit road and switched to H pattern, and then, of course, H pattern things and money shifted and blew it up. So.
You shifted it first or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I just heard the engine go, done. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And now, at this point, now we're just keeping an eye on this battle between these two. Although I think Nick may have just had a moment. Yeah, he just fell way back while we were focused on Anthony there. So 4 laps to go. Anthony's looking pretty darn good here. Josh, I guess since I have you up here, though, man, I've been telling the broadcast here about Bluegrass International Raceway here a little bit, just hyping it up because this track is so cool. It's got a great layout of various high-speed, low-speed sections. I love how Cole put it with like this section that Anthony's going through right now, the black hole in the event horizon. I don't know. Now that you've driven it in a race setting, what's it like out there?
No, it's a really cool place because every corner is really challenging. And it's a very unique challenge for every single corner. So I love the 4-5 complex as well. I think this carousel sort of thing, it's a lot slower than it initially seems. And it tightens on exit too, so that's also a challenge. But yeah, I just really like this track, and you could tell that it was built by a couple guys that really do like road course racing on this game because it highlights all of the fun things that happen in NR physics.
Yeah, there's and even with like right now going through the first chicane there, really tightens up there. We saw a lot of guys getting into the wall there, and then another fun feature that I'm noticing is turn 11 with that little leap. I'm sure that always kind of gets your heart in your throat there for a moment.
Yeah, we were actually debating about it in the game chat. We're like, man, this bump's pretty annoying, and PV jumped in and was like, yeah, this actually adds a lot of character, and it rotates the corner or rotates the car and upsets it right before the braking zone. So I think it's a good addition. Yeah, I can't disagree with anything that these guys put together because it's fantastic looking racetrack and also just fun to drive.
Yeah, and yeah, we're hyping that up too. Just how awesome it looks, just as a facility. I mean, like I'm looking there. There's people walking across the bridge. Apparently, there's like classic cars on the infield at the first chicane there. Man, it's a credit to Cole and Robbie for what they've been able to put together here. As Anthony McCurry is taking 2 laps to go. Um, and yeah, think it was going to be a close one there to um, uh, Smarter in chat there. I'm guessing that's how you would pronounce that. But yeah, Nick has dropped back now, unfortunately. So took it pretty well and good for the 61. Josh, while I have you, um, just the Sandbox series in general. I know that this is kind of your brainchild, but uh, I guess yeah, just to anyone that's watching, just to kind of getting that mission statement out there. What's the overall plan?
Yeah, so I think we can all agree that the amount of NASCAR games has been lacking for the past 20 years or so. And um, NR 2003 was sort of like a bastion for all those people that wanted to have a good NASCAR game and a good NASCAR community. They didn't want to, shell out the money for iRacing. But now that we've got NASCAR 25, a lot of leagues are struggling for drivers, and I really wanted to highlight what makes this community great. And frankly, it's the people that make content for this game. And so there's no game out there that has a track list like NR 2003, and people are continually making tracks for it as Anthony takes the white flag here. So I wanted to make a series where we celebrated those track makers and I encouraged people to pick up the hobby. So if you want to celebrate these track makers, and be the first people to win a race on one of these tracks, then come join us. Or if you want to start making a track, or you have one that's kind of sitting on your desktop half finished, you should join our community. We can help you finish those things and hopefully one day race on them.
And yeah, be one of the incredible track designers such as Cole, who I did not realize that was Cole in the chat there. But that is indeed who has popped by. And Cole, thank you for uh, allowing allowing this league to put your track out there. I'm glad that we got to showcase it. It is a gorgeous racetrack, and I really, really, honestly wish that I was out there. But hey, we got to get this show out there to the masses, and Anthony McCurry is going to take the checkered flag and win it here at Bluegrass International Raceway in Kentucky. In 28 laps of where everybody had at least one off or two, but still though,
User left your
what an
channel.
awesome track. And yeah, to iterate what Josh said, the incredible community of track builders out there. This is no easy feat to be able to pull something off like this and make it something that is raceable, unique.
User joined your
It's
channel.
it's a challenge, so that is really really awesome.
User joined your
That
channel.
we got to
User joined
showcase
your
this here,
channel.
as everybody's already jumping in here. But uh,
Hello.
hello there. Um, Robbie did most of the work on the visuals. Lots of credit to him. Yeah, Robbie Gilvin
User
as well.
joined your channel.
Shout out to both you guys, Robbie and Cole. Great facility, and again honored to come back and be able to put this stream up and showcase this deal. Showcase Anthony McCurry's skills and Nick's as well. Josh's for a while until he blew up, but we pretty much said, you know what, we only had a few guys in here. Let's go ahead and let the booth door open up. It's been a while since we've even used this booth anyway, so might as well utilize it to its fullest capacity. Josh, got some good words from you there. Um, I'll turn it over to Mr. Peavy, who's in here as well. Jonathan Peavy, driver of the number 7 tonight. Unfortunately, it ended prematurely for you, but I guess ultimately, as Anthony has given it the burn down of all burn downs with these PTA physics, um, yeah, it seemed like it was a good challenging track there with a lot of variety, but even though it didn't quite end for you the way that you wanted it to, what were your thoughts on the track?
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the track. I had a couple of things that I would probably change, mainly the little not hairpin, but the chicane there right after the start finish, and that was because that was a good challenge, but I felt like it was coming down from that long straightaway there. I felt like it needed just a little tweak on that one to make it a little bit more forgiving, I guess. But all in all, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the track. I don't race the PTA physics a whole lot, so it's a bit more challenging for me. But I enjoy road courses all the way around. I'm thankful to Merck. They're giving me the invite to come and join them to race. Yeah, all in all, great track. A couple of little tweaks here and there, it'd be a fantastic track. But again, thoroughly enjoyed it, even with the butt kicking that McCurry dropped on everybody. But I guess we'll just have to forgive him for that one.
You can't, you got to forgive excellence. But really, everybody out there was setting some competitive speed, so that was pretty cool to see as well. So, props to you as well, man, for getting out there and really laying it down yourself. I will let you have the floor here, though, for any shout outs that you want to give, and then we'll keep this going.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Mercurio for setting all of this up. Even though it was a lower field, it was enjoyable. Race with a bunch of these guys over at Maverick, and then it's good to see him over here racing with them outside of Maverick. I'd like to give a shout out to the guys over at KVM Motorsports. They are a good group of guys over there. We like to race. We're getting ready to set a league up running over there again. And yeah, just appreciate the opportunity to come out and do some racing. It's always fun when I get to play on our 2003.
Always a pleasure to be able to see you guys out there and hopefully get to join you guys at some point. But Jonathan, good job out there despite how it ended. And yeah, hopefully we'll see some more of you going forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You bet, man. Turn it over to a gentleman that we have spoken to on the channel here before. It is Nick Gunther who finishes runner up. Nick, you had a great fight with Josh there for a
User
while.
disconnected from your channel.
You were closing on McCurry at one point after he made his one and only real mistake of the night.
And I got dumped earlier in the race to try to catch after him.
Everybody had their offs and their moments here tonight.
Yeah,
but
I know, me too. I kept messing up the one left-hander.
Yeah, everyone had their different different corners that seemed to really plague them. But tonight, though, obviously showcasing this track pretty well. I don't know, what were your thoughts on the night? Man, I'm tired.
It's a good track. Obviously it's not perfect. It has some things that definitely needs to be worked on, especially that little kink or bump around on the going into the final corner anyway. That definitely needs a little bit of patching, as well as to me, I wasn't sure like what the first quarter was trying to accomplish as well. Like it's trying to be a fast chicane, but also trying to be a slow chicane. So I've tripped up pretty much the entire field at one point. So it seems like if they could fix those two things, it would be a much better track. But all in all, like this is like it's alpha development. It's a really solid track. They did a great job. Both Robbie and Cole did.
I can attest to that, even just watching you guys out there, and from a graphical standpoint too.
Oh yeah, the visuals were also great as well. They did, like I said, they did a great job with this.
All around, yeah, absolutely fantastic. I wish that I was able to turn some laps myself. I might have to here at some point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just give it a try and see what it feels like. But it seemed very, very racy as well, and especially with everyone turning lap times, or at least capable of turning lap times that were really, really close together throughout the night.
Oh yeah, Josh and I were really close with each other on lap time. I think I was close with McCurry on lap time for a little while, but I had to go through the whole race without taking tires on pit stops. I had no other choice. I was so far back, I had no other choice.
Had to give it a try.
Yeah, no choice. You just got to do it.
Might as well. Yeah. But still, though, great job on running well there, and hey, just putting on a great show. Whether it was trying to close on McCurry or you racing Josh, that was pretty cool to see. Always great to see you on the track, man. It's always fun. But hey, anytime we get you up here, you know what to do.
What am I doing again? Ah, yeah.
Closing thoughts, shout outs, whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Well, first off, thanks to Josh for hosting this event. I just hope we can get more people to come around here at some point. I mean, I feel like just five is just like not enough for Josh. He deserves more people to show up. So he puts in a lot of great effort. I know he's not doing. I don't think he's doing the Winter Truck Series this year, which is sad because I missed that stuff. So it's a good thing that he's actually still trying to officiate some races here. Y'all should just come about. It's going to be a once a month series here in the Sandbox Series, and it's all just because people are making tracks. I gotta go figure out how I can make a track myself. I don't know what type of track I would do, but I would like to go make a track at some point. I don't know, but for those who made the track, Robbie and Cole, y'all did great. Just again, there are some things you just need to work on, but other than that, it's a really solid track from its basis anyway. I think it was pretty good overall. I think we need to test a full field though as well to make sure the stalls all the way work. I mean, I don't think we had any pit road issues. I'm just saying like potentially like for like if we were to have like 10, 12, 20 car fields at some point. So I think like a lot of people should come out here anyway and just test that.
Good point. Yeah, a big field would be a heck of a test for this place, and that would look really cool.
Yes.
For tonight though, Nick, credit to you, and put on a good show, and we'll hopefully be seeing you soon as well.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you again, Andrew.
No doubt about it. That brings us to the winner, who put an absolute butt kicking on these guys. That is Anthony McCurry. Anthony, first off, it seemed like of everybody, again, you made the least mistakes. You kept it on the track. You kept it on the straight and narrow, and you were eating it up. It seemed like you were able to lock into that track pretty good. How'd it feel?
Yeah, so apologies for my voice. I'm recovering from being sick. But so the setup. First, we'll talk about the setup. I actually did not like the setup that I chose. I was going to run a different one that was a little too unstable, but I chose one that was a little too stable, and I could tell I was struggling in a lot of places that they weren't. But because it was so stable, making mistakes was incredibly difficult. So I guess it was like a trade-off. It was like you could throw it into corners and it would stick, but you would be slower or in corner exit than you would be. But that aside, the track was absolutely awesome. I know that everyone had like, oh, they didn't like this and they didn't like that. There's not a single thing that I can think of that this track needs to change because so the first chicane, right? I actually really like the first chicane because there's so much you can do. It's such a complicated corner that it makes you think about how to take it on, and there's like a couple of different ways you can take it on. So driving it straight into the first left and then hitting the brake down shifting for the right hand was my way to do it, and I was having a blast through that. I think that was my favorite turn on the whole track, to be honest. It was so fun. The carousel section towards the back where it was like a or a double apex, that was cool. The bump, I like the bump. I like when the cars get airborne, so that was kind of fun. If I was gonna say one turn that I was my least favorite was probably the last one, only because I was an idiot and kept outbraking myself, but that was like my fault. Um, but no, the track absolutely fun. It's a shame I wasn't able to race Nick more because him and I were similar on pace, and had he not had that lap 3 or 4 spin, I think we would have been a little closer. But once we got kind of into the groove and I learned the setup a little bit more, I had an absolute blast. I think it was a great time.
It's a great time watching you guys again. It's like I already iterated before that I really wish I could have been out there with you guys. But again, yeah, great job on putting on the butt kicking that you did, and thanks to both Robbie and Cole for the incredible track, and
Yeah, it's great. They did a great job.
Yeah, graphic wise, layout wise, good deal. I'm gonna try and turn some laps myself, then maybe. We'll wrap it up here shortly, but Anthony, I'll turn over to you for whatever other closing thoughts and shout outs you would like to give for the night as the race winner.
Well, thanks for the race creators. Thanks to Josh for hosting the race. I know the car count wasn't quite up there, but it was still fun. Thanks for my wife for being in the background every time that I race. If you want any, thanks to NSCRA for being a cool organization of people that's fun. If you need any sim racing gear, go to abruzzi.uk or .co.uk, Moza, Jimmy Broadbent, all that shit. Sorry, my bad. Also, if you like any form of racing and sim racing and you want mods, tracks, articles, go to overtake.gg, best source for all of your sim racing information.
Get you some of that. And again, congrats, man. Great job. And yeah, nothing else I could say other than you laid down the gauntlet. Great job, man.
Thank you, Andrew. Oh, thanks to Andrew. Thank you for broadcasting.
Happily, man. Happily. I will turn, since if Josh is still here, I'm going to turn it over to him one more time before we wrap it up. Again, just one last chance if you just want to get the word out there on the Sandbox series just before we wrap it up.
Yeah, obviously, thanks for broadcasting, Andrew and Anthony, for kicking all our butts tonight. Our next race, our next race is January 22nd. We're going to be at a short track in Mexico. It's called, oh God, actually, I probably shouldn't pronounce this. It's Aguascalientes, I believe.
Sounds about right.
Oh, I think Anthony said no, but anyway.
No, I said yeah, I giggled, but yeah, it's
Okay.
close enough.
Agua.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a little bit bigger and probably the same shape as Iowa Speedway, but there's a lot of subsidence in the area that they built it, so it's pretty bumpy. And I think the track creator did a good job of capturing that, especially on the front stretch. So it's going to be exciting, cool race, and it's going to be an oval. So hopefully we have a higher car count. You can catch us on Facebook or Discord if you're interested. Yeah.
Yeah, Discord invite is in the description here. Or if you're on Facebook, hit up either the NNSCRA, one of the NNSCRA groups on Facebook, or message this guy, Joshua Mercurio, if you're interested in either racing or getting into as he said, getting into the realm of making some tracks and maybe having it showcased here in the series. So, again, thank you to Josh for what you're doing, and thank you to both Cole and Robbie for what they were able to put together with Bluegrass International. That was cool. And thank you, Cole, by the way, for stopping by as well. Any questions, as he said, hit him up on Discord as well. That username of SMA5HER12. It's the best way I could basically get it out there was just to spell it out. So, again, thanks to those guys. And thank you, Josh, as well, for getting me back up here in the booth. It's been a while. I've been through so much, and I'm still going through a whole lot right now, admittedly. But I at least wanted to try and get back in the broadcast booth again and make sure the headset still fits. And I feel like it fits. Hopefully, everybody agrees. And hey, no drop frames. We love to see that. So hopefully that problem has been resolved going forward. If you're interested in having anything broadcasted going forward, hit me up and we'll see what we can try to make happen. Again, still going through a lot right now, so these may be on and off, but at least for right now, feeling good being back in the booth again to call this thing. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, NNSCRA. And thank you to every creator here in NR2003 for continuing to keep this game going for as long as it has. It is impressive. Congrats to Anthony Mercury on the victory. And on that note, whenever the next stream may be, we will see you all next time. Until then, a good evening and a Merry Christmas to all. Take care.